Oh, Saren.
Saren, you're not restreaming. It's fine. Your internet can go down. It'll be good.
Okay, I promise.
You're
Alright,
just
and
in
we
here
are
to give Devious emotional support.
support's a word.
Yeah, I'm just getting the stream synced, and we're on to the match. Timer's MIA for the moment, but I have all faith in Devious. And that is not half-hearted or anything. I legit have all faith in Devious. He's got this.
Gameplay side of things, Tyron and PsioNick obviously both having pretty strong Cap Kingdom openings.
And yeah, both doing some very good opening of the Cap move, opening of Cap Kingdom movement. Water rolls from both players.
Frog vectoring should go pretty well additionally.
I do see the enthusiasm to help out in chat. Volunteer has 1 L. Bye-bye. But yes, always going through that sign-up sheet. We're always looking for new people to come in and help us out. Oh, PsioNick gonna mess up left side, gonna do Poverty left side instead, and no problem.
Not the biggest time loss in the world, but in a game and in a race as tight as this between these two racers, it's gonna be the small mistakes that can add up, especially if you let them get to you mentally, so. Certainly not how PsioNick wanted to start the race, but we will see if he's able to kind of reset himself and get back to gaming.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't even look like that tripped him up. PsioNick honestly looked fine after that mess up. He was able to get right back into it, no problem. It didn't tilt him, throw him off his game at all. Just went right back into the backup and kept moving. Ooh, PsioNick, I think he did. Yeah, there's a little weird stuff with chain jumps if you use motion controls for the throwback. I learned that recently, actually.
Yeah, the timing can be a little awkward sometimes. Have to wait a little bit longer than you would think, but. Neither runners, of course, opting for DSS. Very risky to go for in a race. We have not seen it almost at all in this entire league so far.
I don't know if we have our resident stats person in the chat, but if we do, I don't believe PsioNick has their plugin running, unfortunately. So we'll just have to rely on just Tyrone's plugin for now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Tyrone with the, like, just perfect movement so far, really. Haven't seen many mistakes. I'm sure there's, like, a little bit of flubs here and there, but to the untrained eye, it looks just fine.
Yeah, exactly. Doing perfectly well in this race setting, as you can see, pretty significant lead here. And I think we'll see him go for chest clip here. He's gone for it and gotten it in his past race, as well as PsioNick is going to go for it, maybe, depending on how he feels, but he failed the last time he went for it in the league, so we'll see how he feels about it. Tyrone going to be setting up for it now. Backflip looks good. is gonna at least get out of bounds, maintains it easy.
Yeah, gets it.
PsioNick's out of bounds looking a little more sketchy.
Yeah, not high enough. There's a lot of ceilings that you have to get through during chest clip.
So unfortunate.
But still, really good backup. PsioNick, like, honestly, some of the smoothest backups. Like, he's reacting to mistakes properly and adapting very quickly so that he maintains, like, honestly, only loses the minimal amount of time that he will lose from missing these tricks. Like, he's not gaining any unnecessary gaps.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to
Not gaining
maintain
unnecessary time loss there.
maintaining a competitive stance in the race for sure. His pace is still not too bad at all, and that's good to see because in a league setting and in a race setting, what matters more is your backups and your consistency as opposed to your capability to hit these tricks.
Right, and also good to mention that distance is extremely a factor in the league. You know, there is a point system. It's been a bit, but yeah, there's a point system, and so it matters. If you don't finish first, you get points based on how closely your finish was to the other opponent. And both going for reverse town. I didn't know if PsioNick went for it last week or not, because I don't know if I managed to catch that race, but yeah, he's doing it today.
Clean movement up to the chapel from Tyron. He's gonna be able to snag this triple jump into the bird. No problem.
Good. Very, very clean Hyano bird. Oh, PsioNick having a little bit of trouble getting onto the top there. Good, now moving over to do their Hyano bird. And had a bit of an early triple jump going on. Not going to be able to do that. Luckily did still get the moon from the bird, but it's having a bit of trouble getting it. Taking a lot of tries there. That is a bit more time loss of a backup than the others, definitely.
Exactly. And, like, these are the things in this game, Super Mario Odyssey, that will add up, because one mistake can lead to another. And that's where the issues start to arise, for sure.
And when you're going up against someone as skilled as Tyron, you really can't afford to do anything that is unnecessary time loss. And thank you, Devious, for the resub for 3 months. Good stuff. Tyron on their lone pillar on their way to reverse Jaxie, while PsioNick will be on their second part of the single bill setup. Should be able to get that. Yeah, that's no problem. Might be a bit. It might die early. Might have to dive out of that. Okay, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Both runners are able to hit the drum and the subsequent single bill setup perfectly. PsioNick gonna be going for his reverse Jaxie skip now as Tyron moves into the rock moon.
I mean, PsioNick's movement is still so slick. Like, despite the mess ups that he's made, he's still in it. Like, he is still moving exactly how they should be. It is peak movement. As I say that, the bullet bill did not get guided correctly. I don't even know how that messed up. I don't know this trick too well in that standpoint to tell you what they did incorrectly.
Yeah, obviously we can't see the bullet bill from here, but some of that movement manipulation certainly was thrown off a little bit. So going to be taking some fairly significant time loss there, as well as he rolls his way to attack this. Tyron will be hitting a single spin throw. No, it's very clean.
Yeah, I really don't know how the bullet bill manipulation works too well, other than it just does. I guess it might have needed to be on screen for it to trigger, and PsioNick might have just not had the camera working. That's my only guess, just based on how I know the game works. You might need to have like the Bullet Bill shooter on screen for it to
That's
activate
true.
or
It may
whatnot.
not have actually spawned. Too fast. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe camera angle problems or something. I don't know the trick, so I'm just trying to guess at this point. Either way, that's going to cause a lot more trouble. As I mean, I'm going to use the visual cues here to figure out what psionic split is out of sand. If I wasn't commentating, I totally would be helping out with stats right now, but it's hard to multitask like that, so I'm just gonna be here.
Yeah, that it is, for sure.
Okay, it looks about like
20 seconds or so, a little over.
Oh, I guess our timer's off then, because Tyrone has a 10:09 according to the sheet.
Ah, okay, okay.
So.
Tyrone's late clip goes extremely well, is able to maintain the out of bounds, hits the checkpoint flag with Cappy, of course. We'll see if PsioNick can match it as he moves into his own late clip movement here.
PsioNick on their late clip looks good.
Tyrone moving down as the fish towards the pillar, spins it, moon spawns.
Yeah, Lake Kingdom after Lake Clip is kind of just middle ground. Not much to really say about this area afterwards.
PsioNick, nice roll cancel movement into the mermaid room, as Tyrone is going to be entering his wooded kingdom very shortly.
And yeah, it was a 53 exit for Tyrone. And 29 for PsioNick. So that would be a 36-second difference. Hashtag my math minor.
Let's go. Tyrone's going to be finishing up purchasing his moon at the Crazy Cap shop. Nice triple jump into terrain bounce all the way up to the tree.
Okay, Tyron moving over to nut clip now. I love seeing the Cappy return bounces. They're really cool. Wow, that was an unfortunate bonk. A lot of unfortunate bonks happening. Tyron, bit of a meltdown. Looking good now. Is able to time it back out. Luckily, only had one hit on the nut, so should be fine for timing. The health regain is also going to cause a bit of time loss there. But yeah, like I said, with only one hit on the nut, able to get the rhythm back so that they can do the nut clip properly. and get out of bounds and go on with the route. As I was saying, yeah, the jumps using the Cappy return is just so cool.
Yeah, very fancy movement over here into these next two nuts. PsioNick hits his nut clip as well, with a little bit of time saved there, of course, over Tyrone's bonk into the Fire Bro hit into another bonk. So PsioNick going to be having a cleaner Wooded Kingdom overall so far. We'll see what else he can come out with.
Oh, no! That should have worked! PsioNick just with the missed dive. Gonna have to go back up the red ramp, losing a bit of time from that. Honestly, that is still less time loss than what Tyrone had for their nut clip, so that's gonna work out. Tyrone with the buffer triple jump going on there for the nut. Love that movement. Especially
Very
once
cool.
I learned that you have to buffer every one of those jumps. When I learned that, that blew my mind.
Yeah, it's definitely something a little bit funny. Yeah, PsioNick, unfortunately, that's a very unfortunate dive. Just the up throw to be a little bit faster than that wall jump off into the cap throw. Trying to keep a straighter line, ends up falling down, but is going to be able to continue his Wooded Kingdom with...
Damn.
Oh.
Yes, like I said, those buffer jumps, they're not easy. PsioNick did attempt it, but was not able to get the second one off, and so had to... fell down and had to go underneath that instead.
Those Flower Road skip jumps from both players looking pretty strong, and both movement up to this tower nut is good as well. We'll see how PsioNick's Wooded Tower interior goes as Tyrone moves over into the last nut room of the kingdom. Alright, Tyrone's pipe run. We'll see how it goes. Oh.
Looks good. It looks like a good 1.5 cycle. He set it up in the first half. Now you actually have to land it with the second half. Good stuff. Easy. Never mind.
Now, perhaps a little bit difficult there. Cap dive just doesn't land on his cap. That was really, really awkward to watch. Even Tyrone's a little bit confused there in chat.
Yeah, I was not happy with how that turned out. I'm not surprised. But PsioNick didn't get the long jump out. That was kind of getting awkward movement of the flooded pipeways.
PsioNick, on the other hand, gonna be able to see if he can save a little bit of time here. Nice! So he hits his faster pipes. Again, saving a little bit of time over Tyrone, so both runners having some mistakes here in the Wooded Kingdom, but I think PsioNick walks out of here with a little bit of time save, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be looking at what PsioNick's time is for the exit. There's a 37, it looks like. So yeah, it's definitely saves some time. We got the 1811 from the other side. So that's like a 26-second difference. Gained about 10 seconds on that gap over the kingdom.
Yeah, again, it's those tiny mistakes that can kind of add up and cost a lot more than you would think, and when PsioNick doesn't make said mistakes, it's where he can start to come back here. Tyrone's fast hats have been looking good so far. We'll see how his third phase goes. Tyrone's cloud fight.
PsioNick messed up the fast hat's gonna have to chase Bowser down.
That's going to be an unfortunate time loss for him. Going to be bleeding back a pretty significant portion of the time that he just made up. In the Wooded Kingdom, as Tyrone goes for his meme tree, gets his Cappy return jump, and he is diving onto the platform perfectly fine. Lost looking like a very, very fast kingdom for him, of course. PsioNick matching that beginning movement with a Cap of Alt, actually, for the meme tree. But otherwise, both runners very clean Lost Kingdoms so far. We'll see if Tyrone can hit this block. Trapedal destruction, and he does.
Yeah, nicely done with the reverse Trapedal there. PsioNick setting up with their camera to get on top of the tree. Really nice. Oh, unfortunately not enough height to get over the little crook from the branch.
That being said, does not fall into the poison. Not dying is the ultimate time save, of course. Tyrone actually finishes off a very clean Lost Kingdom with the moon under the bridge. We'll see if PsioNick can hit these last couple of tricks here in the Lost Kingdom, being reverse Trapedal and the cage triple.
Chaos and Tyrone having their usual call during a match. Chaos just not having any conversation with Tyrone. That's one way.
Chaos Pringle, Super Mario Odyssey speedrunner in chat.
Yeah, I love tuning into them. It seems that they've become very close friends over the time that they've been running this game. Oh, PsioNick with the unfortunate death to the up throw. Man.
Yeah, but Cap bounce on the up throw Cap can be a little awkward sometimes. Of course, it's very speedy. It's not something that you see commonly messed up, but in a case like that, it can be somewhat costly. And again, it gets not too much because you are spawning right next to the Odyssey. So,
also gotta say thank you, Uni, for the 1 bit. I see all. I see these things.
Tyrone's Night Metro movement looking clean, nice Goomba bounce. See as tower goes, he's gonna be heading over for Goomba heck, hits his dive. No issue whatsoever. PsioNick matching Tyrone's early night Metro movement. Solid girder moon grab as Tyrone closes out his tower, no issues really inside the interior as he heads over to his Mecha Wiggler boss fight.
PsioNick with their Goomba Heck looks good, is able to get on there. The rest of the movement. I'm really wondering if anyone ever is going to adopt the BTT for the tower, for the town hall. Like, it looks ridiculous, but it would be such slag to learn.
Yeah. PsioNick, of course, making it through their town hall section, and I believe that might have been a little bit cleaner than Tyrone's.
By the way, we got Tyrone with the expert levels on his Wiggler pattern, so he knows exactly how to deal with every pattern. Look at that with the early shot at the back. Gets it. Actually missed. Oh no, got it, and is able to get it working just fine. Yeah, with the early shot, just as the and gets bomb pattern. He knows these by name, knows everything, knows exactly how to deal with it, but unfortunately gets a bad pattern, and so did lose a bit of time, I'm guessing, to what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that was still an incredibly clean Wiggler fight compared to someone who
Absolutely.
would be a little bit more unfamiliar with the exact patterns. But you love to see it, of course, as PsioNick, see how his fight goes. Good first two shots, gonna have to hit.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Had it going. That was like someone who's like semi-familiar with that pattern. Honestly, like that looked like they could have gotten that.
yeah. Really solid backup shots, though, I'm not gonna lie to you. This last few cannonballs find their mark, and he's going to be moving on to the day Metro section after a short cutscene as Tyrone hits his Metro Dram. Nothing too crazy, but...
Tyrone on the drive-by. Gets it, and we got a sub from Uni.
Mucho appreciado.
And that sub from Uni actually made me miss the Night Metro split. How dare you?
PsioNick, similar opening, of course. Nothing too crazy here in the early minutes of Day Metro, other than this drive-by scooter clip, which I don't expect either runner to have too much issue with. And as I say that, PsioNick clips in very quickly, and Tyrone will be moving into his slots room as the precursor to bullet building.
Yeah, and PsioNick with the with the missed spin throw ending up bonking at the top.
As the stats man himself also drops a sub.
Yeah, well, we're close to a hype train now. What is going on? We had 3 subs in like the last 2 minutes. 20 minutes, actually, rather. My bad. This is just 20 minutes ago now, according to my feed that I have up. Mob window, very helpful for commentary, actually.
Tyrone, very nice bullet building, doesn't have any issues with capturing that bullet bill with the up throw.
I see the follows as well, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Saren wants me to say them. I will say them. Oh, miss dive!
That's a pretty significant mistake, and of course he gets the instant warp as soon as he hits the ground, but those are the things that you can't let happen when you're in a race, and even if PsioNick is a pretty significant amount of behind, things like that...
That's a significant time loss there. That dive can eat up missing that dive eats up a lot of time.
And, like, it's an awkward mistake that you don't expect to make. Perhaps it can throw him off a little bit more than you might expect from a normal mistake.
Very true.
That being said, beautiful movement up to the top of the town hall. Solid snipe onto the lunch patio.
I mean, PsioNick is right on there, right on Tyron's tail. Like, this is still very much possible for PsioNick to bring it back around. And unfortunately, with the backwards dive off of the spire, and the moon didn't load.
Yeah, it's some really awkward. It's a set of backflip dives that sets you up for that tower climb. And if you mistime any of those, then it can kind of become kind of a crapshoot as to how you're going to get up the rest of the tower, and from there it kind of devolves into a little bit of chaos, as we saw there. But
Yeah,
it's going to be moving on.
With the collision not even existing for the moon yet once they got up there.
Everyone looking at a 29-22 exit.
Yeah, I'm not focusing too hard on Tyrone's exits because they got their plugin going. I don't need to see it. I can just look back at the sheet for it. PsioNick's exits, that's what I'm looking at. 30:07. So yeah, that's like 45-second difference now going on here.
Yeah, I mean, that is significant, but we've seen some pretty major mistakes in this league so far. And again, I mean, Tyrone's world record holder, incredibly skilled Mario Odyssey player, but anything can happen. Especially in these later kingdoms, the small misinputs start to mean a lot more. Snow Clip
Good.
setup looks good, yeah,
Yeah, I was
maintains the
about
out
to
of
mention the
bounds.
same thing. And nice movement into Shiveria from PsioNick.
Blowy Joey Room Cycle treats Tyrone well, of course. We'll see how he deals with blowing these spinies off the platform, of course.
Yep, good spine manipulation in the Typhoon.
Yeah, incredibly fast there, leaving that one off into the cap throw as you jump up to the moon is a slight bit faster, very clean. And even if these small things don't save a lot of time in the long run, it's those small little fancy mechanics that Tyrone's pulling off that tells me that he's playing very confidently today, and he always plays confident, but to me, that tells me that he's feeling like he's ready to play the game.
I mean, I know Tyrone honestly might just be trying to keep their consistency up for the league. The stats are cool to see, and I know that Tyrone's stats are always very pristine. Sonic with the very late spiny, that could have been the fastest spiny minute ever if that worked out properly. But unfortunately just wasn't ready for it, and so it was off to the side of the moon.
Yeah, very awkward for sure.
Literally could have been on top of the moon when it spawned. Like, that would have been great.
Alright, Tyrone an entire icicle roam ahead of PsioNick at this point. Moves into the shop. Alright, Tyrone gonna be heading for his Snowdram setup-less. Able to maintain their height and their speed, hops across the gap, no problem.
Misses the first opportunity on their cap bounce on the way down, gets it on the second try. It is such a distance that you do have 2 chances for a cap bounce, so it's not a huge deal if you miss the first one.
That's just about the greatest command in the Cool Cat Gang channel at this point.
That is great.
Just as great as PsioNick's first try Snowdram, maintaining his pace here.
It's nice to know that we now officially have a command flood in our chat.
Alright, Tyrone will be heading into Seaside Kingdom, perhaps a little bit of a break, a bit of a calming arena for him, but a couple things can go a little bit weird here. We'll see if he goes for that newly, well, I suppose it's not too new anymore, but a new-ish fish and dips clip.
I mean, expect him to maybe get out of bounds, but it's the problem of staying out of bounds, as I've always said. And so, yeah, that's going to be the real case of whether or not it works, is whether or not that fish goes back inbounds once it goes for the moon.
Oh, devious. I'm just reading the stats sheet.
Yeah, it's called fish and dips on the stat sheet. That looks good. Should not clip back in. Is fine, and we'll be moving on through the rest of the route. Clean fish and dips.
Yeah, love to see it. Yeah, we as commentators of the Cool Cat Gang have to maintain consistency with the rest of our team's work, so regardless of our personal opinion, it's gotta be.
Yeah. I am just making it easy to understand. Oh, what's that trick called on the sheet? Oh yeah, it's the fish and dip. Let me go find that. I'm just trying to make it easy, you know, make sure that the people know, oh, I'm gonna search for fish and dips on the sheet. I'm not gonna search for fish dip. I'm not gonna search for any of the other stuff. It's fish and dips.
Consistent cat gang.
That's just what it is.
That being said, Tyrone gonna move towards his the second fish clip of the Seaside Kingdom, much easier, and of course he gets it first try, not a surprise from a runner of his caliber.
PsioNick with a little bit of messed up movement towards the cheap capture is fine though. Yeah, and so yeah, Tyron finishing out Seaside.
PsioNick's fish and dips looks good as well, as long as he holds
Oh! And that's exactly what I was talking about. The cheap clipping back in bounds can happen so easily on that moon. It is really on it, probably the hardest part of that trick.
Yeah, the momentum
sure you
can
don't go back in.
Carry you with that motion spin, just right back in bounds. It's unfortunate. And as PsioNick finishes up the rest of his Seaside Kingdom here, JJJ Dragon, of course, redeeming 2,000 of his hard-earned channel points. How do we want to do this, Troy?
I mean, the countdown, it will work out best. We'll say it at 37:30, just so it seems organic as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, no, you go. It's fine.
Yeah, picking up his moon, and he's going to be working towards his Seaside clip. The fish clip working out well for him. Out of bounds now. Potato.
And yeah, Tyron going to be finishing up Salt Triple now, making it through the start of lunch and into there. Hey, we tried, okay? Do you want us to try again? If you want us to try again, you gotta do more points, okay? That was our first try.
Exactly.
Good spiritless here from Tyron. I guess I anticipated it too hard. I got excited.
Okay, I mean, I like potatoes myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Same. Tyron was a little bit of butt burn on the way out, unfortunately.
They're having some nice movement up to this moon on the rock.
Yeah.
Really, Tyrone's one of the pioneers of this spiraless route in Luncheon back when it was first becoming a thing over a year ago. It's good to see him still playing consistently with it, of course.
I was so excited to finally see Stewart happening when it first hit. It was because it was theorized for so long. Shouts to LimCube for that theoretical cut that they made that long time ago. Oh, PsioNick messing up their Salt Triple, unfortunately, as I'm saying this. Yeah. But yeah, it's a fantastic route. I love it. It's really cool to see. And when it was finally came to fruition, I was so happy because it just looks so cool. It's so clean.
He is PsioNick having some issues even once he gets up onto the building there with getting to the Salt Moon, but works out just fine. Tyrone, of course, with his spiritless movement across the lava, and PsioNick taking another burn on the way to this alcove moon.
Yeah. Oh, Tyrone missing the heart on the Forks Rim is gonna end up taking that time loss, unfortunately. And yeah, PsioNick really just trying to do some peak movement and is just unfortunately messing up on just the most minuscule of things, but it's still causing such a time loss for them. Tyrone with the weird setup here to get into the regular moon for Forks Rim. That took a bit of a time loss as well, but yeah, this is interesting. PsioNick messing up Forks movement. forkless movement. And yeah, gotta fall into the lava.
It's
Covers
not,
it nicely.
yeah, not a dangerous in terms of death, because there is a lot of weird geometry there that you can land on, but it's something that you don't want to see, especially when he's this far behind. Of course, the coolest part, in my opinion, of the spiritless route right here, the double turn up.
What I call the yeet and the Kobe.
Exactly, the yeet and the Kobe. I like that.
It's because I used to just call the one turnip Kobe. Because yeet wasn't as popular yet when I first started saying it. And I was like, oh, there's a new one. I guess I'll add yeet. PsioNick looking good as they make their way towards the Forks room. And Tyron with the crate into the invisible block jump. Wow, really nice heart pickup there from PsioNick in the Forks room. This is looking good, but unfortunately with the awkward Cappy homing.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Overall, pretty fast Forks room, I'm not gonna lie. And of course, Tyrone gets the invisible block jump. We've seen some pretty major race to Saturn mistakes there recently, but it's not gonna be an issue for him as he moves directly into the next sub area. PsioNick with his yeet and Kobe. As Tyrone moves into his timer challenge moon. Pretty solid cap throw onto the Scarecrow. It's not gonna have any issues with those wall kicks up there. Nice spin throw onto the globe as PsioNick getting up on the counter. Nice up close and personal with the fork shopkeeper. Really demanding that moon, of course. Forking over his 100 coins as necessary for the power move purchase.
Ooh, PsioNick with the unfortunate. Cappy is not doing too hot for PsioNick, honestly. We're having a bit of a Cappy moment going on here. Good triple jump setup for the invisible lock jump. Looks fine, yeah. Is going to be able to make it across as they are moving towards the next ground pound moon, the final ground pound moon of Luncheon.
PsioNick sub area looking just as solid as Tyrone's. Now, it's not a particularly hard sub area, but it can be dangerous, obviously, if you mess anything up. Then it can be a death, a very costly one at that. So
yeah, you don't want to throw the cycle of the back and forth moving platform at the end there out of sync, because that can definitely mess up the room. And yeah, we got a dragon. But PsioNick still got a timer challenge to hit. Nicely done, Tyrone, waking up to Captain Toad. Gotta say hi to them. And did not jump on the timer challenge, so it's gonna have to wait out the cap coming back.
yeah.
You have to jump on the Scarecrow to cancel out the timer early, otherwise it just does the full effect of the timer. Let's just just waiting for the split there from PsioNick getting a 44-52 exit. So yeah, we're looking at almost 2-minute difference. If I'm doing my math correctly.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really hard to come back from PsioNick. I mean, the entirety of Ruined Kingdom. Like,
yeah, at this point, I would just be. I mean, we do have about around 10 minutes left. Wait, no, I'm doing my math wrong. 15 minutes left. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. We got the. By the way, we got a sub from Skeptical Sports. Thank you for that. I'm Uni with the continuous single bits. I believe that's their third one now.
I mean, even with the significant time difference, PsioNick at this point perhaps just playing for points because this is a league system with a point system in place.
Definitely good thing to point out, but I was just saying with the 15 minutes left from the start of Ruined, roughly 15, it is still just fine. I mean, they could make it up, but yeah, you definitely want to be focusing on, at the very least, being able to make up this gap. Yeah, how do points work in the chat? Well, you see, there are 90 points that exist in each match. 60 points automatically go to whoever wins the match. And then there is a leftover 30 points. And you gain a point for every 10 seconds of a distance. Like, the winner gets another point for every 10 seconds of distance. And it's all the way up to 5 minutes. So if Tyrone were to win by a full 5 minutes, say Tyrone got a 58, we'll go with 58, we'll be more likely here. Just say 58 on the dot for easy math as well. 58 on the dot to a 103, that would be 90 points completely to Tyrone. So you got, as long as you're within 5 minutes, you will get points, and for every 10 seconds, you will continue to gain more points so that you can at least have some going in. Helps with tiebreakers and whatnot for when we go into figuring out who's going to move on to the next round.
Tyrone moving through his Bowser's Kingdom now, going to be moving into the shards. We'll see how those go for him. They can be very fast and flashy, of course.
Oh, but with the missed home and Cappy throw onto the first shot, onto the first, I can't speak, moon shard. That's going to be a bit of troublesome. Yeah, Tokyo in an awkward spot. We'll be able to do a good bird list, though. Jumping right into that move. It looks so clean. We didn't even mention UA, by the way. Exclamation point UA in the chat. Great organization. Thank you for sticking with us, sticking with the cool cat gang. Wonderful organization. Definitely learn more about them with that command in chat.
Supporting our prize pools for these tournaments and leagues as well.
Yes. I'm not even obligated to talk about them. I just wanted to talk about them. They're a great organization. Tyron with their movement into area. Nice Sarbamba setup. Looks like they will be able to make the full use of that time from the Sarbamba trick.
Yeah, it's very cool and flashy. I remember when I first saw the Twitter clip about it, it was kind of mind-blowing to me.
It is mind-blowing, but it's honestly, like, I'm surprised it took us so long to figure out, because it's not even that complicated. It's complicated, like, system-wise, like, we don't understand fully why it works, but to discover that doesn't look too difficult to discover.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, it seems like something that would have accidentally happened at one point.
Yeah, so it really is, it surprised me that it took so long for us to find it.
PsioNick, really solid shards movement so far. We'll see if he hits the bombless, and he does.
Yeah, nice birdless.
Or birdless, I mean. Sorry.
Be interesting to do that without a bomb.
Yeah. That would be quite impressive. Mine's on NSMB Wii, I guess. That's a horrible trick in that game.
Wouldn't know. But I know, yeah, you run a lot of Mario series games. 50-15 from Tyrone, I believe. I might have gotten that split wrong, but... Oh, yeah, I was right on the money according to the sheet.
Tyron gonna be moving out towards the backside here with the crates into the moon. Depth perception not gonna be an issue for him.
We'll and it's a pipeless as well.
Hey, oh, beautiful.
Can't forget pipeless. I know you want to move on to PsioNick, but you can't forget that pipeless. It is so cool to look at. Really clean movement. But yeah, PsioNick now on to Topper.
Topper first, not optimal, of course. Harrier first is canonically faster, if you ask me.
Up for a debate, but a debate that has been going on ever since the start of this game, pretty much. So it will never be finished. Clearly.
It'll never be decided, truly.
No.
Now we'll see Tyrone moving into his mech fight as PsioNick finishes up his Harrier shortly here.
Looks like they don't go for 4-star Bomba. Is just going to be going for the standard Furriot, as we call it.
Yeah, that could be too major of a time loss, of course, but it is those small little things.
Right. Oh, you went for Sarbamba and failed. Forgive me, PsioNick, for the miscommentary. It just kind of was hard to tell given the frame drops that we were having on our side.
Tyrone, really nice target acquired there. That was a little bit different, but the angle was good for him, and he finds his mark and is on to Bowser's Kingdom. And as we, or Moon Kingdom rather, so as Tyrone finishes up his Bowser's Kingdom, PsioNick moving into his final section here. And Devious, our restreamer, having some issues with the Jimmy Johns dude. Driving past his house at least 7 times, going to be a pretty significant time loss on the side of our restreamer there, unfortunately to see.
PsioNick having a little bit of trouble getting the moon for the box. About the crates. But yeah, it is solid pace, but no, we're not world record pace. I don't know what you're talking about. If you look at our times, we got a plus 118 on Tyrone split, so we are not in that territory, but we are definitely in mid 58 territory.
Yeah, and for a race especially, that's really, really solid stuff.
Yeah, like I said, that consistency is definitely something that Tyrone is trying to keep up with. Has a lot of 58s under their belt, and likes to keep having 58s within the league as well, I would assume.
PsioNick, nice top required. He's going to be moving up towards the top to find out the mech for a little while here, and we'll see Tyrone enter his cutscene into the Moon Kingdom.
Very good point made up in chat. Although Tyrone does actually go for 2DSS in runs, I would not be surprised if they do it in the race, considering how consistent they have gotten on it at this point. So yeah, definitely something that I'm expecting to see. Don't know how many tries they'll do, or if they'll end up giving up on it if it ends up going that bad, but I don't expect it to go that bad, given how much experience they have with it.
Yeah, I do not know, and I mean, if we take a look at the stats sheet, he only has 1 match played, by the way, and his 2DSS success rate is at 50%, so he went for it once, and then went for it a second time, and got it the second time, so we see he's not going to back down if he misses it the first time.
Yeah, and just by the way, that does actually still save time on going for the 2D section. if you miss it once, still like it still saves so much time that if you're with a clean backup right into the movement to get back up there, you're still saving time with it.
Really nice single wall move skip there. Looks so clean. Good first phase from Tyron, of course. Cool Cat Gang Festival tournament win.
That'd be interesting.
That would be fun.
Best of 3 stuff going on there, because that's a short, it's a bit of a shorter category. 55-39 exit. So yeah, we were looking at, that's 204 at this point of the gap. So that is definitely more so PsioNick looking to make sure that they get some points going on.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting points as long as the race is within 5 minutes, so he's going to be getting some points, but every 10 seconds is where you start losing them. So.
Yeah, it counts. It matters. It might not look like it matters too much, being that we're only in the second round of second match of the round robin, second week, but it can add up. So you want to keep it in mind for every race, trying to stay as close as possible to your to your opponent, even when you're in a losing situation.
Tyron moving into this escape sequence like we mentioned. Oh, PsioNick, a missed moon skip there.
Yeah, went for single wall jump. Is gonna make it on the second try, and yeah, make it into the chapel.
Tyron, as we mentioned, we are expecting a 2DSS attempt or 2 from him.
Yeah, it's just what he does now. He has gotten so used to being with going for it. He's gonna keep doing it. Misses it. We're on third try for Tyron right now. Looks good now. Should be fine, yeah. Knowing what I know of 2DSS is no problems. Gets it on third try. Probably about evening out with doing 2D section, to be honest.
Fun to see for sure, and he's going to be moving into pillars that can hopefully go well for him, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good 58 as well, with a 57, like, 4x entrance. This could be easily a league record right now. I mean, we only have one better time in the 58. So we got a 58.37, was Tyron's first week of the race. So looking to potentially improve on that.
Playing really confidently in pillars here. Pays off, of course. Absolutely beautiful. This is, in fact, going to be a new league record. Tyron beating his old one by just a few seconds. You'd love to see it. GG's in the chat for Tyron winning his second race in this Any Percent League.
Unfortunately, no interview coming out from Tyron. Yet to hear any post-race interviews from Tyron. We're just saving it all up for when we get a really good race, it seems. But this is still fun to watch. It was great fighting for both sides. And yeah, PsioNick gonna be working through his escape section now. Oh, PsioNick with the 2DSS attempt. Is going to keep going for it, too. I thought maybe they would just stop after one attempt, but no, is going to keep going. Did 2 attempts, made it to the second platform, and did not make it any further. Unfortunately, is going to just go into the 2D section instead. Nice 2D skip coming out, though. entering pillars. Just barely feel 100, maybe 101. And with the missed pillar, this is almost certainly a 101 now.
Yeah, I mean, still a stalled time, of course, especially in a race. Lots of unfortunate small mistakes adding up for PsioNick.
Yeah, 101s are still respectable in the league, totally fine to get. We have players who have we have plenty of players who are in the 100s in this league as well. So 101 is still just fine to be getting. Yeah, just barely with it, and yeah, it's gonna be a 101.03, maybe 101, maybe a high 102. Yeah, but GG to PsioNick, GG to Tyron. We can get PsioNick in here, possibly. And Matt's out here with the stats, giving us some really quick math there. 74 to 16. It's not easy to calculate points on the fly, so I wasn't even going to attempt it.
Yeah, that's something that I'd given up on.
It's not easy, it really isn't. You gotta figure out the differences and then actually make it work. You know, it's a lot.
Yeah, but that's 14 extra points to Tyrone, of course, of those 30 leftovers. And it looks like we are going to be getting PsioNick in here for the interview in just a moment here.
I'm looking at that matchup table. I love that. I love that page. It's so clean.
Yeah, this stat sheet is absolutely beautiful.
Shouts, Mats.
Yeah.
Yo, PsioNick, welcome.
How you doing?
Doing good. That was a solid race
awesome.
coming out from you. I mean, you flipped, kind of like tripped up in the, I'd say, in the mid to late game, but your early game was pretty solid.
Yeah, my early game wasn't bad. What was the, like, 30, low 30 metro exit? Pretty good. I was like 40 seconds behind Tyrone or something.
Yeah, it was just about that.
Yeah, you definitely were maintaining it in Metro. We were talking about that. You were only a few minutes apart at that point, but unfortunately, ending up with that almost 3-minute gap here, 2.5 really.
Yeah, I just made a lot of big mistakes. My movement's not that bad right now. I actually haven't played in a week. I've been meaning to play, but I don't know. I'm just like watching anime and stuff. You know, I'm really busy with that. Like
Classic problem.
Yeah, I'm way too busy. And of course, school. That too.
Oh yeah, that one, right.
Yeah.
But I think it was really smooth. You had some really nice movement, honestly. I feel it was like I could definitely see like points of where you used to be with the 58, with your low 58. So it definitely is still in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'd say my best split was 308 Night Metro, and my gold is 306. And I know Tyrone's been like practicing Wiggler, So I tried to like do like the pre-shots like he does and try to make it look like I know what I'm doing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think it worked.
You got
I
one, yeah, but
308.
it just didn't work out too well. Definitely look into that sheet. We actually do have that in our chat, just by the
damn.
way.
I
So
haven't
if you
looked at
wanna
that.
just
I only saw him like with like hacks on and like trying to figure out what each pattern does.
yeah, there you go. Because we end up talking about it so much, Saren decided to put the sheet in our commands list. So yeah, I just dropped it in chat there for you.
Oh yeah, Danny. Osu. Forgot about Osu.
Can't forget about it. So yeah, was that you who said you're in the 5 digits now, or was it
Yeah.
somebody else? Yeah, okay.
That's me.
Yeah, so congratulations on that.
Mighty player.
We all follow each other on Twitter, of course, and yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Well, GG Tyrone, GG me.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you
luck in the
for-
future races. You know, only second
Thank you.
week. You definitely have a lot of stuff that you can make up here.
Yeah, and I think I'll actually practice now. I think it's
Yeah.
about time. I just need practice for Tyrone.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need to practice for Tyron. Why would you do that?
No.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good. I don't see any wraps ups coming up from Saren, but I mean,
Yeah, no Dansta.
yeah, oh well, yeah. I mean, it's a pre-recorded match, so
Oh really?
yeah. But yeah, I mean, the second one will not be, but the first one is, yeah, because it happened last week, right?
What happened last week?
No, it happened last week. But, internet problems make it
Oh.
so they couldn't be aired. Probably.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you very much, PsioNick. GG's, of course.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you gaming on the Cool Cat Gang.
I love gaming.
That
Yeah.
you do.
Excited to see what else you can do in this league.
And
Yeah, I can do a lot.